sorts of, that's what we want, even if it's like welding 2 tubes together like that.
Yeah, I'm filming you, man. Yeah, so we're back from the zoo. I hope you saw that one last night with the elephant and the naughty monkeys.
Yeah.
Just moving some detritus, finishing that off.
Take one.
Mick's daughter's going to New York, isn't she?
Aye.
So you won't go and see her.
For me today. Right, I'll see you later, brother.
Nice one, pal. Yeah, I'll catch you in a bit, man. I'll not get your number plate, don't worry. See you later, man. So yeah, we've done a little bit more down on the yin yang. On the yan side, which is Mick's side. The yang side. Yin, Y-I-N, and then yang, Y-A-N-G. Yin yang. And I'll show you that now. Yeah, so the beds are in either side, and that's going to be Mick's flower bed, and then he's going to come off on the back face of that and put his the further beds in. As you can see, there's been digging in the horse manure into these beds. There's going to be a bed going that way, across the top, down the side, as you can see, and then a small one in the middle, a 3-foot square one in the middle, and then paths running all the way around it, so you can get everywhere. You're not really wasting any earth then, any space. So my next job will be, having cleared off the detritus from up at the top end, is to finish off the netting on that, and then she'll be good to go. She'll be good to go, mate. For all you Australians down there, she'll be good to go. I know this is not a very good Australian accent, but you'll have to bear with me there. Never actually been to Australia. But the netting will be completed, hopefully, in the next half an hour. See you in a bit! So, I'm going to donate some of this 1,000 gauge, not 1,000 gauge, scaffold debris netting, or building debris, construction debris netting, whatever you want to call it. You can get it from Wicks for £40, that's Wicks, for 40 quid, or 39, something like that it is. And it's 50 metres by, I think 2 metres. I think it's 2 metres by 50 metres. And that's going to go and fill in the gaps at the front there on Mick's. On his Brassica tent. So that's what we're going to do next. He has got some debris netting himself, but it's covered in bird poo. So we're going to use this. My treat. See you in a bit. Okay, so that's the first panel more or less in. What I'm going to do is, well, what I have done is I've started off getting it straight at the top, straight as you can get it at the top, wrapping round the bar, and then zip tying that on, and so you don't get any gaps then. Wrap it round tightly and zip tie it on tightly. There's another one going to be going there, because they're about every 10 inches that you put the zip ties on, 10 to 12 inches. I prefer 10. Because I'm crazy. But anyway, that goes on. And then at the bottom, try and get it as level as you possibly can, so that bit is reasonably level. It just looks neater, basically. Yeah, as you can see, looks neater. I tried to get it level where the door splits, but I couldn't quite do it because there wasn't enough play in it for that. But it's reasonable, isn't it? It's near enough, and it's nice and taut. And the way that you get it taut is once you've zip tied it round, and you're making sure obviously it's straight. That's a bit of 2x1 battening that I put into the bottom of the netted bit, and wrap the net around, twisting the net, turning that and twisting it around. It's a pity there's only me here today. I could have shown you how, I could have let you watch me doing that, but anyway, never mind. And then once you've done that, make sure you've got a screw and a drill driver ready because you want to then fix it down with the screws. So there's only one screw in there at the moment. I can adjust that slightly and get that so as that lip is uniform all the way across it. Again, for the aesthetics and to make it look neat. There's a gap there which I'm going to put an offcut in later, but temporarily I've just stapled it too, so you will need a staple gun as well if you're doing it like I'm doing it. You need a staple gun and staples as well, bag of zip ties, and the scaffold debris netting, which is nice and taut. As you can see, there's no creases to speak of at all really now in that. So I'm going to carry on and do a little bit more titivation. I'm going to put some 2x1 as well to fill in the gaps where I've stapled it to the timber there at the side. So the 2x1 will go on top of that, which you'll see in a second. And that'll just give it a better fix, a more robust fix, to last the duration of the year, or the next couple of years, 2-3 years maybe, get out of this before you'll have to re-net it. Maybe more, depends, because it's a well netted tent this when it's done. So it should last quite a couple of years, like. But we'll see, that remains to be seen, doesn't it? Don't want to tempt fate, do we? See you shortly. So yeah, as you can see, the 2x1s are in, giving that extra security and tightness around the framing of the door with the netting meat. And I've done some nice little cuts down there just to make it neat and tidy. Just basic cuts, aren't they? We're not building cabinet furniture, but it does make it just finishes it off really. Put another piece on that end there as well, just to finish off that corner. I'm going to have to tuck it in there so that the bugs can't get into there, and then perhaps put something behind it just to fill the holes. Now all I've got to do is do the same thing as that. No creases in that at all. Eh? Good to you, Mick. Woohoo! Nice and neat, that. Sorted. Same thing as that on this side. Now, see if I can do it again on this side. And fill in that one. And then it's more or less complete. And I'm going to net those up as well. And then that is safe and sound. No cabbage white butterflies getting into there, we hope. Keep our lovely Mick's lovely brassicas all nice in here. See you in a bit. That net is drooping. Now we can't have that, Mick. Better. You'll never get it 100% tight, unfortunately, without bracing, you know, putting bars everywhere. Which it doesn't need at all. So we're not going to do at all. Don't need it. Right, let's get on with the other side of it. Just like that. Just like that. All we need to do now is snip the tails off of the zip ties, which we'll do now. We'll snip the tails off them, and that bit's done. So you see, I've got some tin snips because I'm ace, so I'm just going to snip those off now. You can do it with some sharp scissors, this doesn't matter. Snippity-doo-dah, snippity-yay. I won't bore you to tears with this. See in a bit. We'll net up those windows now, eh? Let's crack on. So now, as you can see, the net has been stapled on to the 1x2 timber frame that we put into the window aperture when we took the actual glass window out. So it's been stapled on all the way around and then trimmed. And so what we need to do, or what I'm going to do now for my friend Michael, is put beading around. Now I've started that at the top there. The beading again, I'll give a better fix. So again, that's the 2x1 by ½ inch bead. They're called handy battens at Savoy Timber, where we got these from. Handy battens, and they come in 1.5 metre lengths, which is about 5 feet. You can get in 1.2, which is around the 4. And the old Imperial. So that's the next job, to get all of those round. All around. To keep the buggies out, the little bugs. Don't know if you can pick that up, but a couple of the staples are standing proud, so I'm going to knock those in with a little hammer. That's the littlest hammer that we've got. So I'm just going to tap those in, so when the beading does go on, it fits flush. Yeah, so they're all gently tapped in, so as not to split the delicate threads, the nylon threads of the netting. And then, when the bead goes on, that should hold them firm. Okay. There you go, Mick. Happy New Year, my mate. Matey. She's a beauty. She is a beauty. If I had the soil, mate, I would have filled them beds up for you as well. And put stone in there and all of that. Mate, it's superb. It's superb, it is. I like it very, very much. And I hope you do too, pal. I think it looks the business, that. I think it definitely does look the business. For an allotment plot. It's a pro job, that. Just needs a bit of cleaning up and everything, as you say. But, yeah, so the netted is all in. Top and bottom. You can barely see it, can you? If it weren't for them little bits of muck that it's picked up, you wouldn't be able to see that, mate. It's absolutely stunning, mate, stunning. Let's see if it opens that door now. Yep, still does. Still opens nice. Welcome to the Brassica tent. The yin yang Brassica tent. So yeah, we'll go around it. It's all nice and braced and taut and tight and sweet as a pea. There's a couple of little holes though, just to detract from the glory. A couple of little holes, just want stitching. I've noticed in the old tenting, that'll just want stitching up. I think we saw him yesterday, actually, to tell you the truth, my friend. The one there. A couple of little ones, see. Where are we there? Well, they can just be stitched with the thin filament fishing line, or whatever you want to use for the purpose. It's a beauty, this, mate. Beauty. I hope mine's as good as this when we do mine, because it's looking really nice, that. Really fit for purpose. I've left you a couple of little bits to do. Just little tiny bits, as you say. I'm doing a lot of ermine, aren't I? Which we knew about, you know, where we need a bit of wood putting in. And here, you know, just made 10 minutes. 10 minutes worth there, pal, for you. If I'd had the soil, as I said, I filled these up as well. Finished it all off. But we've not. We can get the soil from here though, you know what I mean? There's plenty of soil knocking about. We'll do that tomorrow if you want. And get it totally and utterly finished. Get the beds done and all the lot. Yes, it's looking good, that. It is looking very good, that. Get some stone in here. Get some stone in that little thing. You know, the paths. Let's get it all done. It'll look absolutely superb, this. It will. It sure will. Yeah. When that closer thing, I get that closer thing on here. It's there, by the way, that. The clasp. Eee. Ha ha! Ha ha! Me scurvy knaves. It's looking superb. Okie dokie, fancy dozy. You're welcome. Mate, you've helped me enough in the past, thank you, bloody hell, we did that there. This is what we like doing, me and Mick, doing it together, helping each other out. Oh, no. Yeah, must have knocked it off there, sorry about that. What I was saying was, if you are new to the channel or you're just dropping in and you've just caught this on the off chance, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe if you really do like it, because together then we will show you all of our mistakes. It's all trial and error really, this, and we've been, I mean, Mick's been at it for a couple of years, I've been at it for a year, but it's all trial and error that's based on sound principles and things that we've picked up from other channels, gardening shows on TV, reading books, and just trying it and trialing things for ourselves. And in that way, you know, we're sort of spreading the love. As you watch us learn, you'll hopefully pick it up for yourselves, and we'll try and show you the best advice that we can pick up and we can give and pass that on. And you can become part of the growing revolution down here on the yin yang plots. In fact, it's the channel is obviously Guru Mafinda, which is me and one of my AKAs. But it's the Little Farmer's Farm. So I'm thinking about changing the channel to the Little Farmer's Farm, but having a separate one or an additional one that's the yin yang, which is myself and Michael doing our bits and pieces. I've got some other things to tell you later on in the year. In fact, probably New Year's Day I'll be doing an upload with all my resolutions for this year, all the New Year's resolutions that hopefully I can stick to. But yeah, but I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll leave you with the Brassica Tent, because there's nothing more aesthetically pleasing on these plots as the Brassica Tent. And so yeah, nice one, Mick. Hope you enjoy it, pal. I'm sure you will. And we'll catch you all next time, boys and girls. You all be good now. You all be first. Piece of artwork, that, mate. Absolute piece of artwork. Keep growing with your head down, everybody. Keep growing with your head down. And we'll see you next time.